Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, Functional Medicine Centers. Welcome. Excited to have you on our call today. We're going to talk about allergies, spring allergies especially. These outdoor allergies you get exposed to all the time. Some people have to keep their windows closed. Some people, their eyes get all bloodshot. Lots of different issues, but we're going to show you exactly what you can be doing today to help you with these allergies and these allergy symptoms. So let's get to it. Welcome everybody. If you have not joined our page before, like or follow this page. We'll show you exactly what to do to get your body as healthy as possible. We've got over 400 videos on Facebook, on YouTube, tons of information we post all the time, give you guys the tools that you need to get your health back. So if you know anybody with seasonal allergies, share this with them. So many people are in need. So many people are having problems and they need this information. So great to have you on here. And then go ahead and pop down below where you're watching from. Love to see you guys. Love to see, there we go, Patricia, Deep South Texas. Great timing. So lots of people all over the country. We had Hawaii this weekend. We've got Deep Texas. We've got Maine and New Hampshire and all over the place. So welcome everybody. Let's jump into it. So allergies can be miserable, right? Your nasal passage gets stuffed up and you can't breathe right. You're kind of stuffy all night long. You're breathing through your mouth. You wake up dry mouth. Your eyes, you wake up, looks like you've been smoking marijuana all day. Hey Kim, good to see you. It looks like you've been smoking marijuana. Your eyes are bloodshot. You just feel all raspy inside. A lot of different symptoms. Hey Stephanie in Pennsylvania, good to see you. But what can you do about it? Because it's miserable. It is not much fun. Hey Shauna, good to see you. It is not much fun to have these allergy problems. So think about it this way. We have a symptom line right here. This symptom line is going to be anything pushed above that, we're going to have symptoms of allergies. Anything below it, we're not going to have allergies. So the whole point when you're talking about seasonal allergies, allergies of any kind, is to get as many things off your plate that are pushing you closer to that symptom line. Because when it's doing this, it doesn't take much to get over that symptom line. But if you pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, take out 4, 5, 10 things, you're going to need a lot. You know, somebody's going to have to blow a bunch of pollen right up in your nose or whatever it is for you to get those symptoms. So let's jump into it. I'm going to go over about 6 different things today and show you exactly what you can be doing to calm down these allergy symptoms. So the first thing, we always go back to our food. So we're going to talk about an anti-inflammatory diet. So here's your symptom line. Let's pull it down a notch. And that's going to be what you're putting in your mouth every single day. We talk about inflammation all the time, but this is a huge part of the allergies as well. So food in general can be inflammatory or it can have anti-inflammatory properties to it. So a lot of people say food is your medicine. That's going to be more that anti-inflammatory, medicine, healing, things like that. But more importantly, food can be your poison. And that's what we're talking about here. The poison part of it, foods can be very problematic. When you start looking at eating out, and this is a major problem with so many people, it's going to have a lot of hydrogenated fats, it's going to have a lot of sugar, a lot of carb, especially gluten, dairy. Gluten and dairy are probably 2 of the most mucus-producing foods out there. So whether you have an allergy to gluten or dairy or not, they're both going to produce more mucus. Guess what? Mucus pushes you closer to that symptom line. So you've got to pull it back. So again, welcome everybody. If you're just jumping on, pop down below where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out, like or follow the page as well. So the foods are going to be a huge part of it. You look at inflammatory foods, we take out beans and nuts and seeds and actually all grains for some people. So it really is dependent on your body. Some people's foods are going to be very inflammatory and it's almost everything at first. Other people, it's only 1 or 2 things. You've got to get very specific. That's why we do an allergy elimination diet and then add things back in. So those foods are going to be a crucial part of it. Number 2 on the food side, on that anti-inflammatory diet, is blood sugar. We see this all of the time. Blood sugar is going to be a huge part of what's causing inflammation in the body. We see it in joints. In the first 30 days, people's inflammation is down dramatically. Their joint pain is considerably less. They're feeling way, way different. Keeping keeping that blood sugar 85 to 110 all day long. Absolutely crucial for so many different things. We're talking inflammation in the blood vessels, inflammation in the brain, as well as inflammation in our nasal passages and our sinuses. Fermented foods, another thing that we're looking at for the anti-inflammatory diet. Fermented foods are huge. You've got kimchi, kombucha, sauerkraut. You can ferment yogurt. Even if you can't have dairy, you can still have coconut milk yogurt. A lot of different things. Those fermented foods have a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. And then the collagen and bone broth are the other two. I do a scoop of bone broth every day in my drink. A lot of people do collagen. Things like that are very anti-inflammatory. So you want to make sure that you have all of your inflammatory foods out. You want to balance your blood sugar. The fermented foods you want to add in, bone broth and collagen. Okay, here we go. Next step is to add in local raw honey. So you want to get this not from Walmart, not from Costco, anything like that. You want to go and you want to get it from the actual honey producer, from the farmer that is raising those bees and pulling that honey off. You want to make sure that he's not heating it, or that they're not heating it, but that they're pulling it out all naturally, not creating this heat process that kills off all of those good bacteria and all the things that are going to help with those allergies. So local raw honey, even a teaspoon to a tablespoon per day. You want to make sure that you are checking your blood sugar with that also, and you can add it in with some other foods, but that honey is going to be a huge part of helping with those allergens. All right, another fun one, and you can actually mix these two together, is apple cider vinegar. Give me a thumbs up if any of you guys have ever drank apple cider vinegar out there, and if you've puckered up a lot with it, or if you've just been able to handle it. So apple cider vinegar is huge part of one, breaking up mucus. So apple cider vinegar, if you take that teaspoon to tablespoon per day, it's going to break up mucus in your chest, in different parts of your body. And you want to do a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depending on how much you can handle. Hey Kim, you got a thumbs up. I know you guys are doing it. Teaspoon to tablespoon in your glass of water every morning. You can put a little bit of lemon with that, and you could even put some of that honey in there as well. Another thing you can do with that apple cider vinegar is put it into your neti pot, which is the nasal irrigation, or any of the saline sprays that you're using. Especially on first sign of allergy symptoms, you can put that apple cider vinegar in there, and that can help knock some of that down. Even a teaspoon per day, or into each neti pot there. So the next step there, obviously, is the nasal rinse. So you can use neti pot, you can do Nelly Med. There's different ones at Walgreens. You can get their electric that shoot that saline up through the nasal passage. But think about this. Has anyone ever bucked hay out there? Bucked hay bales? Give me a thumbs up if you've bucked hay bales or seen people do that. So you're out there all day long throwing hay bales. End of the day, you blow your nose and it's like black. It's, there's dust and dirt and all this mold and all these things that have come about from you throwing those hay bales all over the place. And just by blowing your nose, you're not going to get it all out there. Kim's done the hay bales as well. So you're not going to get that all out. And so that's where the nasal rinse comes through. We've got some other thumbs up for people bucking hay bales out there. That's a tough job. So you've got to do the same thing here. If pollen's coming in, if we're getting the allergens coming in, you've got to be able to flush those out as well. Otherwise, they'll sit in there and they'll create more of an immune inflammatory response here. So you've got to make sure that you're doing some clearing through there as well. So number 5, we're going to look at probiotics. Probiotics are huge for the immune system. Over 80% of our immune system is in our digestive tract. So it's a huge part of getting this balanced out as far as stabilizing the immune system. Turn it up at the right time, turn it down at the right time. Because one of the things that happens is that immune system gets overactivated and it's attacking and just getting revved up, and then your eyes are bloodshot and you're all stuffy and you're inflamed and your face is puffy. All these things are happening because that immune system is going on overload. I mean, is it going to kill your body to get exposed to some pollen, some cottonwood tree or whatever it is? No, but it's an over exaggerated response that we're seeing from that immune system. So probiotics are a huge part of stabilizing that immune system. So we've got to make sure that it's as steady as possible. Probiotics on a daily basis are great. You can get those from your fermented foods, from your kombucha, kimchi, your sauerkraut, some of those things. But the fermented probiotics, if you can get some of those are really good as well. Soil-based organisms are really good, soil-based probiotics, but having a good variety of probiotics. So what I recommend is every bottle, you change it out and get a different kind. If you take the same kind for the next 4 years, you're not going to be getting that variety. And we've got over 20,000 different probiotics that we know of in our digestive tract. So we've got to be having that variety as much as we can. There was a study done that women that took probiotics during pregnancy, their children had a significantly reduced risk of allergies than women that did not take probiotics during those pregnancies. So it's a huge part of this process, getting the probiotics in, eating the fermented foods, doing those different things. And then the last one, this is the one that is sometimes more challenging for people, but for the most part, cleaning up your house is one of the biggest things that you can possibly do. One of the first things that you want to look at is any scented candles, plug-ins, any perfumes, sprays, anything like that. Get it out. Those are all irritants to your immune system, irritants to the potential allergy reaction. So anything that's a smell, first of all, fix why there may be a need for a smell in there in the first place. A lot of times because it's musty, because there's mold, because there's some water damage, some things like that. You want to take care of why there's a smell in the first place, not just cover it up. One of the first signs when you go into a house, if you're looking to buy a house and they've got plugins all over, they're probably hiding something in the house. So the scented candles, plugins, perfumes, get all of those out. Then you start looking at your body care products, your beauty products, makeup, any lotions, laundry, shampoos, conditioners, any of those things. You want to get out as many of those as you can that have any scents, any perfumes, anything like that. Get as mild. Some of even the laundry stuff, like even the I know Tide and some of those have some clean and free. One of the basic ways to do it, they're not perfect, but they're pretty darn good, is 7th generation, and just go with the basic 7th generation. Target has them. You can get it on Amazon, all over the place. So you just want your cleaning products to be as clean and natural as possible, and not having all these other scents and smells in there. You may want to get a HEPA filter. A HEPA filter is going to clear out a lot of those pollens, a lot of those allergens in the air. It's going to clear it out, and you're going to be able to process those out even better. And then if you still have carpet in your house, this unfortunately is a big part. Hey Christy, good to see you. This is a big part of the process, is potentially getting that carpet out. Yes, it's going to take an investment on your side, but carpets are horrible for holding on to allergens, toxins, mold, dust, dander, hair, dog hair, all those type of things. If you don't have carpet and around the house and you spend a couple days without vacuuming, sweeping, anything like that, you'll be amazed. You're like, holy cow, where did this used to go? And so it would all be in that carpet. And some people don't vacuum but once or twice a month. And so that's going to be a huge part of just those allergens and everything in there. So if you have the financial ability and the means to do it, clear out the carpet as soon as you possibly can. That's going to be a huge part of this. The other thing that you need to look for is any mold in the house, especially in the bathroom, under the kitchen sink, and potentially in the basement crawl space where they have been those. Nicole, Best Buy has these HEPA air cleaners. Do you think they're worth the purchase? Hey, Michelle, good to see you. We have I'm looking at ours right here. We have an Austin Air, and that's what we like. We have it in the office. We have it at home. Hey, Helda, good to see you. So we have those at home and in the office. The Austin Air filters are really good. So I'm not sure what Best Buy has. If you want to put a link down below, I'll let you know what I think on that. But otherwise, the Austin Air ones are really, really good there. So the mold is a huge part of it as well. You want to look at all those places. In the basement, you want to look along the baseboard or the drywall, and if there's any water damage signs in there, you need to cut out any of that previous damage in there. You want to look at, hey Nicole, good to see you. You want to look at the humidity levels, and you want to make sure that that humidity is under 40% in a basement. And if it's higher than that, you need to get a dehumidifier. And you want to check in the bathroom. A lot of people, they'll have a spot up on the wall and they'll spray it with bleach, and the mold kind of goes away and then it comes back. Well, guess where that mold is coming from? It's not on the outside, it's actually on the inside. And so you've got to figure out where that's coming from. If it's a leak from your ceiling, if it's a leak from any water pipes coming in, from the roof, anything at all, you've got to figure out where that's coming from, and then ultimately cut it out and deal with those. 25% of the population is going to be sensitive to mold. Linda, good to see you. Yes, mold in schools is a big problem, big problem. Lots of schools have mold issues in them. And so this is going to, again, push you up to that symptom level. So you've got to clean your house, get it as healthy as possible. So again, anti-inflammatory diet, local raw honey, apple cider vinegar. We're going to look at nasal rinse. You can even put the apple cider vinegar in the nasal rinse. You can do your probiotics, and then you need to clean up your house. So great to see you guys. Just get going with it. Take it step by step, but you can decrease your allergy symptoms considerably, or anybody that you know or love. So great to see you. Have a wonderful day. If you've got any questions at all, pop down below and then share this with anybody that you know that's got allergy issues. Make it a great day, guys.